Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to install your LPVO scope from Viking Engineering and Design onto your Goat Guns AR-15. Kind of a little backstory on this. This scope right here, well, it turned out great. It was a long process to get where it is today. It originally started with printing the scope and then printing the cantilevered mount as two different pieces and trying to use 1mm bolts to clamp down. It wouldn't hold tight, it would twist. They didn't want to grab in the threads. You could easily pull it off. It's been through many different revisions to get where it is today. It used to have a clamping side that would come in and hopefully hold it on the upper receiver on the Goat Guns. That didn't work either. So I settled on the design to print it as one piece so it stays in the mount really well. You know, it's not going to twist on you. So you'll make sure that it's level on the gun. And then this piece right here is a solid piece that'll just slide over the rail. And then these two bolts right here will go in and slide through the Picatinny rails to hold it from sliding forward and back. Now something to note with the free float handguards is they're a little bit wider. You know, we had to make these wide for strength, that there's not space up here on the Picatinny rail that you can actually slide it over the free float, the scope. Trust me, you don't want to push hard. You'll either break the scope or you'll break the handguard. I've done both. It will, however, slide over the quad rail. So if you bought the quad rail and it sits a little higher, it will slide over that. And I know that other free floats that'll be coming in the future, it does slide over those as well. So, but just some of the models, the earlier models especially, if you try and slide it on and it's too tight, don't bother. Either take your handguard off and slide it in the front, or for me, what I do if the handguard's already on is I just take out the bolts on the Goat Gun receiver and just flip it up like that, right? So I'll just slide out the charging handle and then just slide it on from the back. So it slides on and it fits pretty perfect, actually. It's intended to be a tight fit so that it doesn't have wiggle left and right. I mean, it's on there good, just sliding it on. Let's go ahead and throw these guys in real quick. Throw these screws in the lower receiver. Okay, so now that we got the scope on the upper receiver, like I said, it's left and right. It's not wiggling at all. It is a very tight fit. It's meant to be that way. You really, if you didn't want to put the screws in, you really don't need to. But it will obviously locate it from sliding forward and back. So from here, you figure out where you want it. You know, if you want it really far forward or however far back you want it, you just kind of look through those holes in the mount to where it lines up on the upper receiver with some slots that you can slide the bolt through. It looks like there's some right there. Now these bolts are 0-80 thread, 3/8 inch long, with a 50 thousandths drive Allen key, or 0.05 inch Allen key. They are the exact same bolt that is used in the pistol brace, so they're utilized in both places here. So this is going to be a little tight initially, so you just kind of have to wiggle it in. I just get it started, and the nice part about these is you start threading them and it'll start traveling in, so it'll actually, there we go, that slid in. It'll grab, and then if you want to thread it through the other side, you just have to push and twist. There's no tapped threads, but it'll stay in there pretty snug. I don't even push it super far in and keep trying to thread it in. I just go till that bolt goes in flush, and it's gonna hold it right there. I mean, you don't even need two, really. You could just do one, but you know, it's holds it in place. We'll put the other one in though, just make it look good. Push it in right there. give it a couple turns till it gets a little snug in there and sits flush, and just like that scope's on there. It's back and forth. It's not going anywhere, left and right. I mean, it's on there pretty good. Now again, do note that it is resin, and if you are too forceful with it, it will crack and it'll break. I wouldn't drop it on the scope, just like I recommend you don't do that with a rail gun. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty awesome on the pistol build, and I think it'll look great on any AR build, really. Let me know what you guys think, and you can always find us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always pick up our products at Viking Engineering and Design.com. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next time.